Well, Wipeout Dementia was conceived on the back of the condition that my wife is experiencing. She has young onset Alzheimer's disease. She was under the care of Professor Henry Brodati, and through Henry I got to know of the work that the Centre for Healthy Brain Ageing, CHeBA, are doing, and it seemed like a terrific group to support. And Wipeout Dementia is one small way that me and a number of my friends are able to participate in and fundraise around to support their work.
Richard and Sue Ellen have been dear friends of mine for about 15 years now. I met Richard when he came on board as chairman of ASP International. I obviously met Sue Ellen through Richard, and went to the family. I'd go down there some Saturday afternoons when they'd have their barbecues, and she was just a really lovely personality, and always just couldn't do enough to help you and make you feel very, very welcome.
With Wipeout Dementia, the guys that we approached to join us to help raise funds were all guys that knew Richard from out in the surf. The easiest people to approach were the people who knew Richard directly, and had been beneficiaries of Richard's generosity over the last 10, 15, 20, sometimes 25 years.
It seemed to be a very good fit when Heidi Mitchell conceived of this idea, because we have now irrefutable evidence that there are some modifiable behaviours that we can engage in as we age that will reduce the risk of each of us experiencing the debilitation of dementia in one of its many forms. And probably the most important is cardiovascular exercise. And surfing provides you with that, because you really need to be reasonably fit to hold your own in the surf. So now we've run 2 events. Close enough to 50 quite senior executives have participated in this, and they've tapped into their own networks to seek support. But most of these people are city businessmen who, like myself, feel privileged to still surf. As we get older, we don't surf as well as we used to, but we do enjoy the exercise and the camaraderie in the water. So today was the climax of our 4-week event. We've been training for 4 weeks with Craig Douglas, doing specific strengthening exercises to help us with our surfing. The climax culminated in the competition. So Grellman's Evergreens are yet again victorious. That's both competitions. We're talking in terms of a dynasty now. It's not just 2 events, it's a dynasty. A couple of notable members of the team: Wayne Rabbit Bartholomew, 1978 world champion. My son Ben, he's a keen surfer, and a number of other chaps who are terrific, wonderful competitors and companions, but not the least of which was Mike Baird, our Premier. So to have the Premier, the #1 public servant, on the beach, standing around and participating, what a lucky country we live on.
We've now run 2 campaigns for Wipeout Dementia, each one growing piece by piece, and I'd like to see in the future that growing perhaps right around Australia, where corporate Australia gets involved, and not only just corporate Australia, but all the surfers in Australia getting together and helping. And as we increase the momentum of Wipeout Dementia, raising funds, I think this is a beautiful honour for Richard's wife, Sue Ellen.
Working alongside Richard as a co-ambassador was another special opportunity to have some fun together and to raise some money, and most importantly raise awareness. And it's a degenerative disease like this, it just takes its toll on the family, the whole family, and it's a really sad journey. And it's just something that a lot of Australians are going to go through, and it's a tragedy, really.
The thing about dementia is that it touches many more people than the person who suffers from the disease. Obviously, immediate family, my wife, our children are directly affected. But we've been blessed with 7 grandchildren. The sad reality is that although other than the very little ones, they all know who their grandma is. Sue Ellen doesn't really know now who they are, but Sue Ellen has siblings, she has close friends, and so the impact of this disease reaches out, which is why as the incidence of this disease increases, and that's the prediction, a confident prediction, I think it's going to touch every Australian, if not directly, indirectly. And the economic cost of that is going to be breathtaking. So there's a big job to be done by the community to understand the impact of this as it comes towards us and do what we can to position the country to cope with it.